Welcome back to another video. This one's going to be covering the Doom weapons. Way back in 2019, Artix posted a design note called Doom Weapons, and this was involving the Doom staff that we were going to be getting in the game. He goes on to say that the first Doom weapons appeared in Dragon Fable, and that was way back in 2007. Sold by the mysterious strangers, and there was 3 of these weapons. Currently, we have obtained 2 of them. So we've got the staff and we got the axe, but we're still missing the other weapon. So he goes into a little bit more detail down at the bottom here, mentioning these 3 things. So he says, to the best of my knowledge, we've never done a story showing how the Skull Staff of Doom, the Shadow Reaper of Doom, or the others have actually been created. I always wanted to tell a story so a player could experience being part of it, sort of like how players got to experience what it was like to become a Chaos Lord in one of the AQ World releases. Is this something you would like to see? Now, we already have the Skull Staff of Doom and the Shadow Reaper of Doom, but we're missing one. Here's the image of the original 3 Doom weapons. So you have the Skull Staff right here, the Shadow Reaper right here, and then the dagger, which we do not have. This is the one that we're missing in AQ3D, and I'm assuming this will be the next one on the chopping block. I made a video a long time ago regarding the history of Doom weapons. I'll put a link to that in the top right corner. And I'll quickly showcase where you guys can obtain the other 2 Doom weapons while we wait for the arrival of the Doom daggers. Using the travel menu, you could head to Doomwood, and then you're going to the Isle of the Dead. In this location, you're heading to a specific NPC who will then be providing you with more information in regards to the Staff of Doom. While playing through the story in this area, you will eventually get access to the Doom crafting, which will then be providing you with the different Necrostaffs of Doom. Upon receiving the final one, you will have the most powerful staff, which is a very nice looking staff, very cool. And that was the first Doom weapon introduced in AQ3D. And then we got another one. If you go into your Adventures menu, the Book of Lore, in the side stories at the very bottom or near the very bottom, you're going to be finding Ravenspire. And this is where you're going to be finding the Shadow Reaper of Doom. In this location, you'd be talking to this person right here. Now, there are storylines you're going to have to play through in this area, but you will eventually be getting access to your Doom weapon. And there are multiple variations of this axe. A lot of variations of it, but it is one nice looking axe and definitely worth going for, especially if you are a collector and you want all the Doom items. This is another one on your list. This is a legendary as well, so very nice. And a Spellforged. There's only like 3 of these Spellforged items in the game right now, but yeah, there's a lot of different ones you need to obtain. Now, you need to have the previous one in order to craft the next one, and then so on and so forth. So this is still going to be quite a grind, but they actually reduced the grind by a lot, because before you also needed to have a Nolgath item, which would then also be part of the grind, so it made it that much harder. Now it's much easier to obtain this weapon. But so for those of you who didn't know that, there has been adjustment to the Shadow Reaper of Doom. It has now been made easier to obtain with no Nolgath requirements, which did lock a lot of you guys out of that. So that's another one you can get. Now, I did want to mention there is a Pixel Shadow Reaper of Doom, but this is not technically an official Doom weapon. This is a pixel version of it. You can obtain this from the evil Doom Knight Artix in the 3D world, in the retro world. So basically you would have to travel to the Yogur's Inn, talk to Baleen, head to the RetroQuest worlds thing, and then enter the portal to fight the Doom Knight Artix. The 3rd Doom weapons, the daggers, have not been released into the game yet, and they might not be for a long time. I mean, we had a huge gap in between receiving the staff and receiving the Shadow Reaper, so there could be another huge gap between the daggers and the Shadow Reapers, but who knows? Have you guys gotten that staff and the Shadow Reaper of Doom? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't got them, do you plan on getting them? Love to hear your thoughts on that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.